This is Iceland. Good morning. Today is December 10th. It is 30 degrees Fahrenheit, that is -1 Celsius. It is 7:55 in the morning, and I believe this is where I'm supposed to be. Bus stop number 10 to catch my tour bus coming at 8 o'clock any minute now. This is going to be a pretty awesome day tour, it sounds like. It is a glacier tour in which you go on some sort of a big glacier machine and into ice tunnels. It is not cheap. It is 32,000 Icelandic kroner. That is $240 US. Whereas the day tour that I did a couple of days ago was only 92 bucks, and it was an amazing one. But I guess because of the glacier mobile and the ice tunnels or whatever, then it's a more expensive tour, but you get what you pay for, so it should be really awesome. We'll see when this bus comes, hopefully soon. The sun won't be rising for another like 3 hours. Well, that's not it apparently.
Ice tunnel, the biggest ice tunnel in the earth, man-made ice tunnel is longer than 500 meters.
Hey guys, good morning. The sky is starting to light up a little bit there. We've driven maybe 90 minutes or something like that, and we are now in the interior of the island. And here is one of the geothermal springs, natural hot water, which comes up out of the ground due to the volcanic geothermal activity which occurs all over Iceland, and the tour guide there was explaining a few things to us. So, Vik means bay in the Nordic languages, in Icelandic. Reykjavik. Reykja means smoky. So Reykjavik means the smoky bay. And it was named that because of the steam coming up, so it wasn't actually smoke, it was steam that comes up out of the ground all in that area from the hot water. So this water here is 90 degrees Celsius, almost boiling. You can see it's just totally bubbling away there. And so they use this hot water as an energy source to power their homes, heating them up, and hot water for the showers and the sinks and stuff. And much of the energy that powers Iceland comes from this natural hot water coming straight out of the ground. And so this is just a short stop here. We've got a ways to go still to the glacier. So the tour is called Into the Glacier. So we're going to be going like into these tunnels. Ránfossar, Barnafoss, The Hraunfosser waterfalls consist of countless springs of clear water that emerge from under the edge of the lava field Hauman Darhraun and flow into the river Havita. Hauman Darhraun consists of pillow lava and is believed to have been formed in about 800 AD, shortly before the first recorded settlers arrived in Iceland. So, it's a short hike, apparently, to these waterfalls. Look at this just stunning scene. This is our second stop, just like a 15-20 minute stop or so. But getting a good taste of the interior Iceland landscapes, the beautiful, stark, just a little bit of shrubbery here, and then just black and white rolling hills stretching in every direction, and lots of snow. I can see the rushing water up there. Very cool sight. It is called in Icelandic White River because of the ash from the volcano that is in the water. Barnafoss. The following story accounts for the name of Barnafoss Children's Waterfall and for the disappearance of a stone arch that used to bridge the river. One Christmas day, the household at Hraunfoss went to attend Mass with the exception of 2 children who were to stay at home. When the people returned, the children had vanished, but their tracks led to the river. The children had fallen off the stone arch and drowned. Their mother then had the arch destroyed to prevent the recurrence of such a tragedy. Sad story there. Wow, that is a unique river there. Natural bridge right there. Crazy landscapes, all these rocks scattered with snow and icicles. Not sure of the temperature at the moment, but I think it's a few degrees under freezing. Maybe like 28, 29 Fahrenheit, negative 2 or 3 Celsius, something like that. I have another jacket that I can use if necessary. It is just kind of pushing my cold tolerance at the moment. Have the jeans with long underwear underneath, a thick jacket that I bought in Nepal, and 2 long underwear shirts underneath. And then I have another jacket that I can put over this. Man, oh man, that looks like a chilly swim there. So I mentioned before that Vik means bay. Vik. Vikings. Vikings are the people of the bays, like the fjords. So it's actually 22 degrees Fahrenheit, that is negative 5 Celsius, 11 o'clock and just barely getting light, and here's my breakfast. Skyr, milk, and a bacon and egg sandwich. Jumbo, First, Borda Strax. a good sandwich there. We're here at the Husafell Activity Center. Husafell means house on the hill or house in the hill. Waiting for the big glacier mobile to come along, and I'm having my skier. Icelandic, similar to yogurt, not exactly yogurt, but very similar, strawberry. It was a fruit on the bottom kind of a deal. Yellow! And it is very tasty. So the sun just barely touching the hill up there. Apparently it never touches the valley down here because of the hills in the way, even though the sun is rising right now, but it doesn't get down into these valleys at all during this time of the year. I've got my glacier walking shoes on. It's a waterproof thing that goes over your regular shoes. And here's the rig, the ice mobile. Hello.
Yes, we'll be your guides today. Welcome. How are you?
Great.
Fine. Excited?
Yep.
Excited?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Scared?
No.
Yeah. You shouldn't be.
Good.
You should be terrified. Can you hear me? Okay, so as I said, our tour will take approximately 4 hours. Soon we will be driving on one of the oldest off-roads of Iceland for 25 minutes. Then we reach our summer base camp. We have a lovely toilet right there. And then we continue driving on the glacier for another 25 minutes. And then we reach the top of the glacier. It's an elevation of 1250 meters. And we go in the ice tunnel there. We will spend approximately 50 minutes, 1 hour in the tunnel, and sometime on the top of the glacier if the weather is nice, and then we are coming back. So that's the plan.
What an experience, and we are just getting started. So the temperature has not changed much since the sun started rising. It was 22 Fahrenheit before, now it is 23. Still like -4, -5 Celsius. So this was a NATO military vehicle previously, which they bought and turned it into a glacier monster truck. Not sure if they like modified it or it's basically the same. Let's take a look at the cockpit. He's not in there, so I guess I can kind of poke my camera in there a little bit. There's the driver. And these are bathrooms Is this one of the bathrooms?
This one.
I see. What's on this side?
This is full of snow.
But it's also a bathroom, but
probably the wind.
the door opened and
Now it's full of snow.
yeah, I see. Cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah, very cold, not just cool. Unreal. Another world. Another planet, it feels like. And then from here, we're going to keep on going and get deeper into the glacier, literally. So you can see here, this is where the glacier line was in 1960, Iceland. Now, of course, there is snow everywhere right now, but it is December. And so a glacier, of course, means that it stays ice covered all year. And so the Iceland glacier line now is, I guess, somewhere up there. We will see more signs 60 years ago. So I'm curious to see what the start of the glacier is. It could be kilometers or something up that way. It is called Long Glacier in Icelandic, and it stretches for like 50-something kilometers. But there is a bigger glacier in Iceland that is 10 times as large. Here's the bathroom, all covered in ice and snow.
Some blue color there. That's all part of the glacier.
Start of the glacier here, so we're like a kilometer from where we were before in 1960.
So in summertime you can see exactly where is the edge of the glacier because the snow melts and we are driving on bare ice, so we can see exactly the ice line in front of us. So in winter time we have 10-12 meters of snow falling, and then half of this is melting during the summertime and the other half is becoming part of the glacier. And this is where the glacier starts. We are on the glacier! Woohoo! Welcome to our office! Gabriel and me, we are going to share some stories, some information about the tunnel, about the glacier, and you are very welcome to listen. But if you don't want to, that's fine. If you want to look around, take pictures, it's okay. Just make sure that you follow us and we stay together as a group.
That is where we are going soon. The sun finally rising. It's okay to walk like 30 meters away from this area, she said. Man, that is just surreal. The sun rising over the ice at like 1:30 in the afternoon now, I think. And that is as high as it's gonna get. Look at that. Here we go into the glacier. I am not sure what we are going to be experiencing here, but I believe there will be ice tunnels. Here we have metal. And now already we are in the ice.
This is a loop. Everybody can see the loop? Yes?
Yes.
This is the back of your foot, your heel. So you just put 1 or 2 fingers in, and you put it over your toes, and then you just stretch it out like this. If it looks like this, you're doing it wrong. The rubber is supposed to go around your shoe, not under it. Okay? And it can be adjusted like this. There's nothing in here holding up the ceiling. Yes. That means that in theory, this cave could collapse at any moment. That's a lie. You don't have to worry about that. But I'm guessing Bella was telling you about the movement of the glacier in the truck, right? Yeah. That's happened because of the weight. And that weight of the glacier is also pushing this ceiling down about 30 centimeters every year. Usually we have the drill that dug up this tunnel where we put on the crampons, but it's not here at the moment. But we keep it here because once, maybe twice a year, we have to take it into the tunnel and carve out the ceilings again.
So the tunnels are entirely carved out?
Yeah.
Okay.
The tunnel we're walking through was supposed to be around. We had 2 teams that started drilling. One went to the left, the other one went to the right. The team that went to the left got lost for a week.
Oh, wow.
Yes, the supervisor was on a vacation and they just kept drilling and got lost for a week. But they always heard the sound of the other drill. So they decided, okay, we will follow that sound and we will meet them at the meeting point. Until they realized they were following the sound of the echo of their own drill. So that's why we've got this heart-shaped tunnel, kind of heart-shaped. But if you look up on the walls, you can see a dirty line up here, another one down here, and then the third one here. Those dirty lines are called summer lines. During summer we don't have any snow falling onto the glacier, but we have a lot of wind. And that wind brings with it sand and dust and stuff like that sits on top of the glacier. Then winter comes, it snows on top of it and it gets trapped. So just like the rings of a tree, you can count the rings of a glacier to see how old it is. You just go winter, summer. Water is working its way through the glacier and then it finds a weak spot and it starts to dig its way through the glacier on that spot.
So I didn't catch everything that he said there on camera, but this is a chapel and there have been marriage ceremonies inside here. There have also been proposals, he said, about 50, resulting in 49 engagements. So there was a denial of the proposal that he was talking about, not on a tour that he was on, but somebody else, one of his colleagues, and he said it was a very awkward tour for the rest of the tour after that. And the ice here is about 100 feet thick going up from here. So this is a crevasse that they came across randomly.
If you want me to shine a light in it,
That'd be great. 40 meters deep, 120 meters long,
400 meters.
400 meters long,
And around 40 meters deep.
and 40 meters deep.
Can everybody hear me? Okay, if you're wondering why we can't see the surface from this crevice, it's because it's closing. And crevices are like diamond shape, so it closes at the top first and then in on itself. Congratulations, you just walked through the largest man-made ice cave in the world. You also just explored 0.00275% of the glacier. So to get your head around that number, if you take a teaspoon and put it in your bathtub, that's about it. So you have not seen a lot of it.
So the tour inside the ice tunnel is done. Walking back outside, back to the glacier mobile, I thought that I would tell a story here of sorts that came to mind related to ice tunnels. A regret, a travel regret. I wish that I had done something a little bit differently. So I was in Alaska earlier this year in, I think, February. Flew into Juneau, the capital of Alaska. Spent like more than a week there. And there is a lake frozen over.
Oh my God.
You can go walk on.
I feel like I'm going to end up like you and then you're living in Iceland for no reason.
Wow, what a beautiful sight it is to come outside and see this just absolute white wonderland. The sun going down. So Mendenhall Lake and Mendenhall Glacier in Alaska, you can in winter, in February when I was there, walk across the lake completely frozen over, and at the far end of the lake were ice tunnels. And I'd heard about this, and so I went there once and didn't know about the ice tunnels, and then I decided to go back and try to find them the second time. And so I walked across the lake and came to this area of all of these big mounds of ice and wandered around. There were a few other people there, but I managed to find some like ice caves and just kind of like weird formations and stuff like that. And so I poked around, thought I'd seen it, and then I was on my way back and I walked past this guy and he says something. He's like, how'd you like the ice tunnel or something like that? And I was like, yeah, it was pretty cool, it was all right. He could tell that I was not like amazed or anything. And he was like, well, did you see like the real thing? Like, it's really amazing back in there. And I was like, well, I'm not sure. I saw, like some pretty cool tunnels or whatever. And he was like, I think you probably didn't see the real thing by the sounds of it. But it was kind of a little bit late in the day and I had more that I wanted to pack into that day of exploring. And I'd already kind of walked a little ways further away from that area. And so I was like, well, I've seen some pretty cool stuff. I think I'll keep on cruising. And so I walked over the lake back to my car and kept on driving around. And then later somebody posted a comment under one of my videos, I think the video that I made about that day, and they said, dude, you totally missed it. The ice tunnels were like just a few seconds away from where you were, but you did not see the real thing. And so he posted a link to some photos online of somebody else that had been in there, and it was absolutely phenomenal. It was like this total ice palace of beautiful blue and like deeper tunnels and see through beautiful ice and stuff like that. And so I missed my chance because, for one thing, then you can go back this winter, but it's not going to be the same. I don't know if that happens every year or what, but it's certainly not going to be the same, and maybe not as amazing as it was that time. So, you know, that is just life and traveling. Is you can't always see everything that you can possibly see, but in that instance, I really wish that I'd turned around, taken another 15-20 minutes, gone back, and seen those kinds of ice tunnels, because that is something that you do not see very often, if ever, in your life. Wow, the colors, the soft pink fading into bluish and gray, white and black, otherworldly.